talk about wanting to move abroad, and we look for different alternatives. The UK, Canada, Australia have become very expensive for people to move to, and that's why I always recommend starting from Europe might not be a very bad alternative. This country is also an alternative. It's cheaper than moving to the UK, moving to Australia, moving to Canada, and could be a first step to you moving abroad. I want to talk to you about Estonia. Hello, folks. This is your one and only WKa&x Doctor. Always bring you the best gist when it comes to travel and migration. You know how we do it on this channel. All we do is share valuable information that has to do with moving, living, working, studying, and just being abroad. Two quick things that I like to always share in my videos is to say, number one, I am not on WhatsApp or Telegram. So if you do find anybody in the comment section saying you should text them on Telegram or WhatsApp, it is not me. Number two is to say that I have a book titled Move Abroad by Force. The idea behind the book is to be able to help you study or move abroad on your own without the need of any agent. If you want to know how to move abroad and you're looking for cheap alternatives, you're looking for how to move abroad without a degree, you're looking for how to move abroad without a job offer, it's in the book. If you want to acquire the book, all you need to do is go to the description box of this video and you'll be able to acquire this book. I also like to share that if you want to contact me, you can check the description box of this video and you'd find how to contact me as well. This video is brought to you by Pay. If you're looking for the fastest way to send money to you, or you're looking for a way where people can send money quickly to you, I think you should employ the use of Pay. You can download it on any of the app stores, whether it's Google Play Store or Apple. You can download Pay. It's fast, it's convenient, it's very, very safe, and they have one of the best rates on the market. You can take that to the bank. It's a simple system and allows you to send money back and forth to multiple countries. Pay, download it today. All right, folks, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to move to Estonia through using two different pathways. We're going to be talking about moving through the academic pathway, which is the easiest way to move abroad anyway. And then the second alternative will be how to get jobs as well if you're looking to move to Estonia. As I always do in most of my videos, I bring people who live in these countries to come and share with you because they've got the expertise, they've got the experience, they live there, they can tell you how they got there, and I'm hoping that it will help one or two people. In this video, I've got a friend of mine who lives in Estonia and we'll be able to ask him questions. He's a very handsome guy, very busy too. It's taken me a while to be able to get him here, but I finally did. Hello, brother. How are you doing? Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you too for having me. How are you doing?
Fantastic. I'm well. Do you want to quickly introduce yourself to my community? Tell them who you are and where you are.
Hi guys. So my name is Charles Madrabuchi, and I live in Estonia. I studied here, and I'm currently working here in Estonia. So I am also a YouTuber. I tell people about Estonia. I show people the good side and the good things of Estonia, how we live here as Nigerians and Africans. So that's just a little bit about me.
And how long have you been in Estonia now?
For let's say 7 years. I've been in Estonia for 7 years.
Wow, 7 years. Amazing. So you know everything. Let's quickly talk about moving to Estonia through the academic pathway. I like to always start by saying, what documents do people need to have? I mean, if you don't have these documents, don't even try, applying to Estonia. What are the documents people need to have?
Okay. So currently admission seems to be very open. And for undergraduates, I would say one needs to have his or her secondary school certificate. That's your WKa&x results. You need to have it. And I would say your motivational letter. You have to write a motivational letter as to why you want to get the admission. Then you have to pay the application fee. For some schools, it's cheaper. For some schools, it's 100 euros. So these are just for people who would want to apply for the BSc, that's undergraduate studies. Then we also have the graduate studies, which is for masters. It's almost the same thing because you have to write a motivational letter. You would also provide your bachelor's degree to show them that you have a BSc, that you have an undergraduate certificate. Then you also have to provide the English test. Then you make sure that the English test matches the requirement the school needs, because I feel each school, we have different schools here. So each schools have their requirement of what they would want you to provide for them. Then you should also pay attention to that. Then for some schools, like Tallinn University of Technology, for example, once you're done with the application, you have to pay an application fee. It is not free. In as much as you're African, you're Nigerian, you have to pay an application fee of 100 euros for you to get the admission, or either get an opportunity to be interviewed by the school.
Wow, amazing. So those are the documentations or documents that you need. Thank you very much. Now let's talk about the nitty-gritty, the main thing. So you have all your documents. You decided that you want to give Estonia a try. Can you talk us through the step-by-step process involved in, getting admission up until visa? You did it. Talk us through it.
Okay. Last I remember, like I did my research. I always advise people, do your research. Don't just believe on hearsay. Do your research. Know what the country or the country is about, because you would also be asked that in your interview. Then do your research about the school. Know what the admission requirement is. Provide them all the required documents. Like I mentioned, your English test, your certificates. Now, moving to the admission process. Once you've done all these things, you've submitted and you've paid your application fee.
Is there a central website, or you go to the school website?
There's a central website. It's called Dream Apply. Yeah. Okay. So when you check out Dream Apply, you would see probably about 10 of the schools here we have in Estonia. We have in Tallinn, which is the capital of Estonia, probably let's say 6 schools, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have in Tartu, let's say 4 schools. But in Tartu, University of Tartu is the biggest. So most Nigerians or Africans would always want to go to University of Tartu to study, because it's an old university, and it is well recognized. So once you've submitted all your application, that's your document, and then you've submitted, you've made the payment, be sure to get probably an online test or an interview. Yeah, for some courses like cybersecurity, their undergraduate studies entails you going through an online test. They have to send you a test just to check your knowledge about cybersecurity, if you have an idea of what you are coming to study, and then after that they send you an email for an interview. For some courses in master's program, they will just send you an online interview email asking you whenever you're ready, you just pick a date for your interview. So these are how it works. So if after the interview everything works well, they question you, probably 4 or 2 people gets to interview you, they are satisfied with the answers you gave, then probably they send you an admission letter, and then everything starts from there.
Okay. And so what is tuition usually like? How much can people expect to pay as tuition?
Right now, I would say it's getting expensive. So for each year, they keep adding some certain amounts. Right now, I would say for cybersecurity, it's close to 6,000 euros. It's also cheap for some, compared to other countries. You can't compare this fee to what people pay in the UK, people pay in Canada, people pay in Finland as well. So I would say it's also cheap, 6,000 euros. For some courses,
is that the cheapest?
you can see a course as a master student for 3,008.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's for an MBA. If you want to do
Okay.
an MBA, yeah, you can get a course for about 3,008, and I think the application should be ending on the 1st of April.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's assume now you've gotten your admission. I know this is the rigorous part that usually discourages people from trying to apply to Estonia, getting the visa.
Mhm.
There's no Estonian embassy for Nigerians. Other countries might have. But what's the process like if you want to apply for your visa? Talk us through application and then proof of funds as well.
Okay, the last I checked, I know that we had an Estonian embassy in Egypt. So when I was working on mine, I had to travel to Egypt. So most people who also came here as students also went through that route of going to Egypt, and some people also went to India. So these were the two places I knew that okay, you could apply, and then yeah, you're sure to get your visa, even though it's not guaranteed. So your documents needs to be properly aligned with everything, all the requirements they request of you. So I went to Egypt. Egypt was where I got my visa to come to Estonia.
Do you get it the same day or how long does it take?
No, for, for that you just have to apply. Um, you choose an appointment date, then you go for your appointment. That is have an interview, a conversation. Because when you tell people interview, they kind of start freaking out. So it's just a question and answer stuff. So back then we were asked what we were coming to do here. Some of my friends were asked the president of Estonia. Some people were asked the capital of Estonia. So that's why I said research. You have to do your research. You understand, because you don't know the questions the consular might decide to ask you, or the interviewer. So it's just a normal conversation. They are trying to get your knowledge of okay, to understand if you have an idea of where you're heading to. So these were some of the questions that we were asked. Your course, what does it entail? What would you want to do after your studies and all?
Okay. How much would you recommend for people to have in their bank accounts? I know bank statements are important. So how much would you recommend for people to have in their bank accounts?
Um, I wouldn't say you should have so much, because they would know that probably you got it from somewhere. Um, I think back then I used about 4 million, right? Yeah, about 4 million. So
Four
I
million.
had that in my, yeah, 4 million
I,
naira.
I mean, as at then, would you be talking about 8,000 euros thereabout?
Yes, yes, because I had to show that I was coming. I will be able to pay my fees, and or I will be able to pay my accommodation fees. That's my hostel fee. I will be able to leave before I get a job. Because when you are applying for an Estonian visa at the embassy, you're also going to be applying for a residence permit. That's the TRP. We call it TRP. So because your visa should be a D type of visa that lasts for about 3 months. So as soon as you get to Estonia, you will be issued a residence permit. It's a card, right? So it could last for maybe 3 years, the number of years your studies entail. If it's 3 years, if it's 2 years. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Now let's talk about HND applicants. HND applicants, can they apply? Can people work while they study, and can they bring family as well?
For HND applicants, no, I would say no. I haven't seen where it's done here in Estonia. I would rather advise you go back to do your BSc. I've had a couple of people who requested this. And for me, I studied electrical engineering in Nigeria, Federal Polytechnic Nekede, in Imo State, Owerri. So I decided to come here, start all over again. I couldn't do a master's. So I just had to come back, started from BSc, and then studied environmental sciences. So HND is just out of it. Then
And
can they move with family?
yeah,
Can they move with family? I would say no. You can only move with family when you get a job. Like when you're coming
Okay.
from in Nigeria, your company invites you, brings you over. But coming as a student with your family, I don't think it happens.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I didn't see anyone who did that, because you can only do that after you're done studying. You have substantial amount in your account to be able to cater for your family. You have to show that you have an address, you have an apartment of your own for you to bring in your family. Then you have a good job that is
Mm.
paying well, for you to be able to like pay your bills, cater for your family, because the government will not want you to be depending on them.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, let's talk about jobs and people coming from outside getting jobs in Estonia. I
Mhm.
know of a very popular website, www.workinestonia.com, where they talk about tech jobs, marketing jobs, sales jobs, digital stuff. Is it possible to get jobs visa sponsorship using this website, or are
Yeah,
there
it
other
is.
ways?
Yeah, it is. It's possible. I also tell some of my friends, because for some of my YouTubers friends on YouTube, I tell them, you guys are my friends, and I don't lie to them. Work on your LinkedIn, shaping it like all your experiences. You don't need to start removing them. Work on your LinkedIn. You could see people who are HR managers spying on you. You might not know. All your experience. If you're a software developer, you have to impute, like modify all your information on LinkedIn. Try to make sure that when they search for people who are software engineers, they will be able to find you. So some of these HR managers also bring people in here from LinkedIn. So for I know of a guy that works where I work. He came in from Nigeria, and the HR manager saw him on LinkedIn.
So the secret is optimizing your LinkedIn and making sure that you've got everything about you there.
Yeah, I also got
Right.
mine from LinkedIn. Like I just got a message from the HR, excuse me, asking if I'm available for a quick test.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Amazing.
that was how I
Amazing.
got my job, like my recent job. I also get messages almost every day from HR managers asking if I am ready for a new task ahead, a new opportunity. But so it's just you working on your LinkedIn profile. Um, this can also help you get a job in Estonia. Search for jobs in Estonia. You would see companies that are willing to sponsor people here in Estonia. There are thousands of job opportunities here. We have so many startups here in Estonia.
Mm.
We have so many
Okay.
startups because you can even be in your house and then own a startup. I have a startup. I have my
Wow.
own company. Do you understand? So
Yeah.
people are willing to bring in people.
Mm.
But for me, right now, I'm not ready to bring in people because I
Yeah.
don't have the funding. Do you
Yeah.
understand? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have people who are always on LinkedIn on the search. They're on the lookout for people they want to work with.
With. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. Look, let's end on this note. You're a YouTuber and you share information about moving to Estonia. Do you want to tell us how people can reach out to you, email, your YouTube channel, whatever information you want to pass across?
Okay. So my YouTube channel is just my name, Charles Madabuchi, and my email on how you can reach out to me is also on my YouTube channel. So over there in my YouTube channel, I talk about my life in Estonia. I don't shy away from it. I tell people, I share my experience. I live in Estonia. Estonia is a very cool place, even though it's cold. Yeah, it's cold, but what I do is just to share my experience, like tell people how it is, show people the good side of Estonia. I also show people the bad side of Estonia. It's not always here though, but we just need to understand that.
Well, thank you very, very much for taking our time. This has been a very long video, but I'm hoping that this video would help one, two, three, four, five people who are interested in looking for alternatives. Don't put your eggs in one basket. Estonia might work out for you. Thank you very much to everyone who's watched this video. Till I come across you in another episode, it's Waka Waka Doctor, and I'm signing out.